Networking is one of the most important skills for career success and goal accomplishment in our modern world. Author David Olivencia is joining us this morning to share details about his new book, all about building relationships in and out of the workplace. David, thanks so much for joining us here on Hometown Living.
Great to be with you.
Well, let's jump right in. Why did you decide to write this particular book?
Well, there's a couple reasons, Jackie, why I decided to write this book. First one is I wanted to share. I wanted to share my experiences climbing the corporate ladder and being a senior executive at Fortune 100 companies, all because of networking. So I wanted to share that experience. I wanted to share my experiences investing in some of the top startups in America, which have been accomplished through networking. And I also want to share I've co-founded leading technology organizations and have then been successful, and all that's underpinned by networking. So the first one is the reason I wanted to share. The second, Jackie, is if you ask people what's the number one, number two skill to get career acceleration, find a job, more rapidly accomplish your goals, everyone's going to say networking. But they don't teach it in schools, and you can barely find information on it and how to do it well. So I want to fulfill that demand, which is the second reason. And the third, which is the underwriting of networking, is give back. I want to give back my experiences. I've read hundreds of books around the topic, and I interviewed 30 phenomenal leaders who've achieved networking excellence and wanted to give back, Jackie. So those are three reasons why.
So, how would you even really define networking? What does that mean, in the simplest level? Does it mean attending those corporate events? Does it mean having conversations with your coworkers? We hear this broad term a lot, but maybe can't quantify it and then know how to take steps to achieve it.
Yeah, so the definition of networking is creating and improving value-based relationships to facilitate mutual goal accomplishment. So it's about value and finding out what value is to the other person, facilitating, figuring out ways to make that easy. But that key word, mutual. It's not about me going to everyone. It's about a mutual success and mutual goal accomplishment. And I capitalize the word work because it requires a lot of work to do all that. Work to really understand yourself and value you can bring, work to identify the right people, work to give them value, and then go to these networking events and social media. It's all work. But to be successful and be excellent at networking, you got to put in the work, Jackie.
You talked about sharing your own personal experiences. So, what maybe particular story or takeaway would you hope the reader would have from learning through your personal experiences?
Yeah, I've had lots of personal experiences, and you know, one is around. There's a picture back here somewhere where I opened the Nasdaq, and I was sitting there opening the Nasdaq, looking at the sea of faces within this organization I co-founded called the Hispanic IT Executive Council. Co-founded it, and but in looking at how that happened, it was a series of networking events and connections that led to that point. Me understanding people, me putting in the work, me going to different events in Washington D.C., being bold and making the ask, right, and then following up and connecting, and all of that was done through networking. And there's lots of other stories and how I've connected people that have went on to different board positions, how I've been to different networking events, and I was invited to the White House across 3 presidential administrations. But it's all because I put in the work behind networking, Jackie. And the book tells more tips, techniques, and tools on how to do that.
I'm sure it does. So, David, let us know where our viewers can go for more information and to get their hands on their own copy.
Sure. So they can find the book at any fine bookstore, on Amazon.com under Networking Excellence, where it's a top bestseller. On LinkedIn, they can find me at David Olivencia, and on Facebook and Twitter, D Olivencia is where they can find me.
Well, David, thanks so much for joining us here on Hometown Living this morning.
Great to be with you, Jackie. Thank you.